Alright, so Netmarble just dropped the key art for the September update, and I gotta say, this thing looks absolutely amazing. The thing that stands out the most out of everything here is actually Scream's uniform. I think it might be because it's red and white, but it just looks so badass. But you can't overlook Venom, the glowing eyes. It looks amazing. I also really like the look of Agent Venom, the black suit looking sleek. And obviously we got Toxin in the background. The thing is, as amazing as this thing looks, it looks incomplete. Because where is Carnage? Because of this looking so amazing, I had to talk about it. And it also got my brain working in regards to who's going to be the next tier 4 to go along with Venom. Because I think we're going to be getting 3 tier 4s for the September update. I honestly don't think we're getting an October update. I think they're going to skip October and go straight to November for Black Panther. I think that's what's going to happen because it's already September 19th. The last update was like what? Almost 6 weeks ago, if I remember correctly. And in that time, we got Hulk, Blue Dragon, and Black Widow. This time around, I think they're going to do exactly the same thing. They're going to give us tier 4 Venom, probably Shadow Shell tier 4, and then another tier 4 for Carnage. And the reason why I say that is because Venom is going to be the first tier 4 that has a different instinct than all of the 7 other tier 4s that we currently have in the game. But let's take a look at what they had to say here in the post, and then we'll talk about it some more. So CM Fragment goes, "Agents, are you ready to see the new look of the Symbiote family and the new superhero who will be arriving through the September update? The theme of this August update is Symbiote Invasion number 2. I'm confused. Is it the September update or the August update? Because right here, y'all saying September, and then in the next line, y'all saying August. I'm confused, bro. I'm realistically very confused. Anyways, moving on. It says, check out the new looks of Venom, Agent Venom, Scream, and the abilities of the new superhero, Toxin. You guys know I love Toxin, right? Alright, cool. Anyways, here's the hoping he can be transcended along with these other 2, or he's tier 3. But either way, I'm looking forward to him getting added to the game, and I'm really looking forward to how they add him to the game. Whether he's a paywall or free to play, and if he is paywall, if they're actually going to include him in the future pass so that people can get it for free for the first month that he's available. Keep in mind the patch notes will be coming out tomorrow morning, early in the AM, maybe like 3, maybe 5 AM. And then after that, we're going to probably have maintenance for about 8 to 10 hours. Minimum 8. My guess. And here's the hoping they actually fix the GBR bug and a couple other issues that people have been having. So right here they say, please look forward to the upcoming update. Thank you. Now let's talk about the next tier 4s that could be coming this month, because that's what really got my brain working right now. So right now we have 7 tier 4s. We have Storm, Moon Knight, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Blue Dragon, and Black Widow. And all of these guys have someone to complement them when you're using their tier 4 ability. This is very important because you want to get the full buff from your tier 4 skills so you can do the most damage possible. And if you notice the pattern, they've been giving a tier 4 to a character every 2 weeks or so. And if it's been an extended update, they'll add a 3rd one like they did with Black Widow or Blue Dragon, whichever one you want to say is the addition to this month. However, they aren't just giving it to any random character. They've been very selective and making sure that they choose a character that has an instinct to match an already existing tier 4 character. Like for example, right after we got Iron Man, we got Moon Knight, and Moon Knight came in and he was Justice, so you could use Moon Knight and Iron Man together so you could get the full buff from your tier 4 ability. For example, if I just add Athena in here, you can see that we're not getting the full buff because she doesn't have the same instinct. And even if she did, we wouldn't be getting the full buff anyways. You can see I'm adding Justice from Sentry, and Sentry only gives us 5 bars as opposed to the full 6, right? So my thing is here, now that we're going to get Venom, and Venom is going to come in with Cruelty, I'm looking at the list of characters that they can choose from, and the pool is very small. And not only that, it would only make sense, since this is Symbiote Invasion number 2, for the next tier 4 to be Carnage. And if they were to do that, we're going to be up to having 4 combat tier 4 characters, which is kind of a big deal when you consider that Black Panther is coming up, which is gonna have Namor tier 4 and possibly Black Panther tier 4, because I don't see them skipping over Black Panther. 6 combat characters, 2 coming back to back, and then another 2 coming with 1 in between, possibly being Shadow Shell. I don't know if people will be happy with that, but also I just want to caution you guys that, listen, with so many combat tier 4s coming, you might want to wait and see, since it's going to take you at least a month for each of these tier 4 if you're farming the materials slowly through completing content in the game. If you're not spending money, it's going to take you at least a month to get 1 tier 4, and if we're getting 4 combats, you might want to wait and see who stands at the top as the king of the combat class. Currently it's Hulk. It's a really good investment, but you might want to wait on Venom. Now let's take a look at the candidates, if you will, for cruelty. Besides the obvious pick, which is Carnage, since this is a symbiote update, who would you guys like to see them choose from this list? Obviously, you guys are not going to care for people like Mordo, Caecilius. Like, I don't think anyone wants these guys, or even Sandman. I think they missed their opportunity to give Sandman a uniform for No Way Home, so I don't think anybody would want to see him at tier 4 at this point. Probably nothing for Vulture, Mysterio, and since these guys just got uniforms and Transcended, they're off the list. I think the same goes for Electro. No one wants tier 4 Red Guardian. I would say from the bottom here, I would take the Onslaught uniform for Red Skull and tier 4. If we're just going to choose somebody from the bottom here. Dr. Octopus, I'm going to say no. People probably are okay with him where he is right now, even though it's kind of gotten, you know, pushed out of ABX where he was competing at one point. Bullseye, is there enough love for Bullseye to sell packs, right? I don't think so. So we're going to skip over them. Obviously, anybody who's currently tier 2, they're out of the running for tier 4, right? So it's either Transcended or tier 3 characters. That leaves us with a couple decent options, I guess. People like Morbius for whatever reason, right? I know Julian would love a tier 4 for Yelena. I don't know how realistic that is. However, I think one that they could choose that would make a lot of people happy, if it wasn't Carnage, is actually Moonstone. Because there's a lot of people who bought Moonstone when she first came out. She was busted beyond belief. She's never gotten a uniform. And if she came back with a uniform and a tier 4, that would be a big deal, because there's lots of free-to-play players out there who have her, and she's kind of like a glass cannon at this point. So some of you guys are pretty much stopped using her because she's gotten power crept. So I would say if they were going to choose somebody at random that wasn't Carnage for whatever reason, Moonstone would be a good pickup for the tier 4. I don't know about you guys. I would say they probably should skip over Kingpin for like another year. You know, I'm saying personally, but I know some of you guys like him and he was featured in the Hawkeye TV show for a little bit, so you guys might care about that. Some of you guys are already saying tier 4 Doctor Doom. I personally am not ready. My wallet is not ready. As much as I love Doctor Doom, he's literally just been pushed out of the meta for like World Boss Legend with the implementation of tier 4. So I'm not ready for Doom to come back yet. Same way how Jean Grey hasn't come back for a very long time. I'm okay with Doctor Doom getting pushed out of the meta. Right now, he's basically a squad battle character that you can then build for Alliance Conquest or Timeline Battle if you give him a brilliant authority. I'm okay with where he is. So although it would be dope if he got a tier 4, it would be really expensive, seeing as though he's a tier 2 native. Obviously, nobody cares for a tier 4 Taskmaster. However, I wouldn't mind getting a Molecule Man tier 4 just because he's never been relevant for anything but his leadership. So you guys let me know what you think, who you think they're going to choose. We're definitely looking at a 3 tier 4 kind of update cycle, because I don't think we're getting an October update. That's just me personally. Black Panther is dropping November 11th. We're 7 weeks away. They can easily do the exact same thing that they just did for the August update. Stretch it all the way until then. They were able to stretch the August update all the way to September 19th, because let's not forget that the August update dropped on August 9th, and that was exactly 7 weeks ago. So I'm expecting them to do the exact same thing this time around. But you guys can leave me your thoughts in the comments. Who do you think they're going to give tier 4 to besides Venom? Do you think it's going to be Carnage, or do you think they're going to throw us a curveball and give us somebody else and leave Carnage for, I don't know, Symbiote Invasion number 3, where they actually give us tier 4 Null and tier 4 Carnage? Because I don't think we're getting tier 4 Null in this. Now, they could do something strange and give us a character that doesn't have a matching instinct to Carnage, because we currently don't have anybody for Destruction Instinct. But it would be really strange to give us tier 4 Carnage and not give us anyone to match that type of instinct, so we can get the full power out of his tier 4 ability. Because obviously, people aren't fully on board with the tier 4 system. So if I were Netmarble, I would want to make sure that people are able to experience the full power of these tier 4s, so that they can convince other people to purchase these packs and get these tier 4s. But that's just my 2 cents. Y'all leave me your thoughts in the comments. I'm gone.